I just think like for Clemson fans getting bent out of shape that we were only ranked fifth after having two ranked wins. None of the other top five having even a single ranked win. Go ahead and get angry. It's
Doesn't
week
matter.
5. Doesn't matter. Going to work itself out. Keep
Can I
winning.
say in like the defense of the person that has the inferiority complex, it's just part of who Clemson is a little bit. Before we, like, I guess 2015, we got to the playoff, won the championship, almost won. We always got the benefit of the doubt. We were slated in at number 2 after we stunk it up early in the season. Always got number 2. Once we had one down season, which was last season, we have to earn it all over again. It's like we don't get the benefit of the doubt. Ohio State, Michigan, right above us every time.
But
now,
did we?
But wait, Cody,
we
like
started 4.
What was it? Right, like yes, thank you, Ben.
You can
leave. We were
leapfrog.
ranked 4th going into this year after that.
I think we definitely got the benefit of the doubt.
I think where people's gripe is should we be over Michigan, Ohio State, just like you guys just said? Because
we should be over Michigan
or Ohio State, or even Georgia.
I'd say Michigan is our strongest argument right now. I'm not going to go so far as to say Georgia, Ohio State.
And you're basing that off the fact that Georgia was really good last year. They have a good win against Oregon, right?
Yeah, they killed Oregon, who's 4-1 right now and has a couple decent wins.
I'd say Georgia, like Clemson has the best win, North Carolina State. Georgia has the second best win, and theirs was like way more decisive than ours was even against NC State. And look, I know 30-20, that does not tell the whole tale of this week for Clemson. Still, I think Georgia has like the best win of the top 5, call it.
Okay.
Ohio State barely beat Notre Dame. That's pretty mid.
Right. Yeah, so put Georgia aside. Just look at Ohio State and Michigan. Should we not be ahead of them?
I think we should, but who cares? Doesn't matter at all.
Hey,
do you think a recruit is going to be like,
I
was going to go to Clemson?
No, don't do that.
5. Don't
do that thing whether or not it matters right now, because that's not the argument. We all know it doesn't matter. It's just for argument's sake. And that's why we have podcasts and such. We know it doesn't matter, and I don't care. But the point,
sounds like you do.
No, I don't. I'm just making an argument on behalf of the people that like do kind of feel like perplexed when they see we're at 5 and we just beat NC State, and we did it, pretty decisively. And, we don't overtake Michigan or Ohio State. To me, it just is like, okay, it's a little bit of laziness on the part of the AP.
Go watch some natty highlight films. It's great.
Wait a minute, but you guys haven't answered my question. Your retort was, it doesn't matter. It's like, no shit, it doesn't matter. But are we better than Ohio State or Michigan? What you've seen on film? What do you think?
We're better than Michigan.
I don't trust Spid's opinion on anything related to Michigan. So I need Tully's like more level.
We were better than Michigan last year.
You're not gonna like my answer, Cody, but I'm gonna default to what advanced rankings say, and I think Clemson's actually like 6th, maybe nationally in the composite advanced rankings. Like
5. Kansas,
USC,
might be Kansas. I mean, this is great. This is great podcast material here as we surf the internet for advanced stats. But
Totally. By the way, I think I saw Michigan play on Saturday. I think they're better than Clemson. I haven't seen Ohio State play.
I mean,
so I'm just demonstrating that I can argue from both sides, but I think it's a fair, like, it's something to consider. Like, are we better than Michigan or Ohio State? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, this is hilarious. I do not agree with this. Wait a minute. Could this possibly be true? Clemson is 13th in the composite advanced stats rankings. Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma 5th. Like, look, yes. I don't know if this is updated through this last weekend.
It can't be.
No, and especially not after like the K-State game. And then after that, you got Minnesota, Penn State, Utah, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Texas, and LSU. Like, half those teams are not better than Clemson. Like, but a lot of the advanced stats have to do with like on this down and distance, can you get your yards, or can you prevent the other team from getting their yards? Like it is, and how good was that offense against the same type of situations? Like this is how you calibrate across opponents.
Listen, I don't need math to tell me what my eyes see. Okay.
It sounds like Charles Barkley. I love it though. I kind of agree too, because Clemson is really hard for the analytics to peg because of how they rotate players.
No, like, and
Georgia Tech algorithms.
Right. And
I don't even know what algorithm is.
Yes. Like Clemson is not like overexerting itself to get every last inch that was available to it, right, on these plays. But doing enough to win, like that's a hallmark, I think, of Dabo teams. And yeah, so I don't know, Cody. Like,
I think the point being is there's no clear cut. It's not nearly as clear cut this year as it's been in years past. Like, again, I think anybody in the top 5 or the top 25, we could go up against, especially on the road, and certainly lose to them right now.
Yeah. I think the quality of that, like, I'll call it like the third tier of teams has definitely elevated. And maybe you're right, Cody, the top tier has, declined some. I even just talking tiers, like I think there's kind of like a top shelf of teams that I would put Clemson like behind them, certainly, but not that far off from a talent perspective and a coaching perspective from those top 4 that are now ahead of us. But I'm fine with Clemson being 5th because Clemson has not put a complete both sides of the ball 4-quarter game together yet either. So, and we've been hurt.
I agree. And part of, what the analytics can't quite capture is growth over the course of the season, right? Or did they is there a recency factor?
They do make adjustments for that as time goes on. Like a lot of in the first 4 or even 5 weeks, a lot of it is based on preseason rankings. We'll have like an overarching effect on the total number that comes out. But over the course of the season, actual recent results will trump that.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. My brain hurts.
Let's move along.